John Cena, while you lay there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be, I want you to listen to me. I want you to digest this, because before I leave in 3 weeks with your WWE Championship, I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I don't hate you, John. I don't even dislike you. I do like you. I like you a hell of a lot more than I like most people in the back. I hate this idea that you're the best. Because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. There's one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass. You're as good as kissing Vince's ass as Hulk Hogan was. I don't know if you're as good as Dwayne, though. He's a pretty good ass kisser. Always was and still is. Oops, I'm breaking the fourth wall. I am the best wrestler in the world. I've been the best ever since day one when I walked into this company, and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit. That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy. You know who else was a Paul Heyman guy? Brock Lesnar. And he's split, just like I'm splitting, but the biggest difference between me and Brock is I'm going to leave with the WWE Championship. I've grabbed so many of Vincent K. McMahon's imaginary brass rings that it's finally dawned on me that they're just that. They're completely imaginary. The only thing that's real is me, and the fact that day in and day out for almost 6 years I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me. And yet, no matter how many times I prove it, I'm not on your lovely little collector cups. I'm not on the cover of the program. I'm barely promoted. I don't get to be in movies. I'm certainly not on any crappy show on the USA Network. I'm not on the poster of WrestleMania. I'm not in the signature that's produced at the start of the show. I'm not on Conan O'Brien, I'm not on Jimmy Fallon, but the fact of the matter is I should be, and trust me, this isn't sour grapes, but the fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania next year and I'm not makes me sick. Oh, and hey, let me get something straight. Those of you who are cheering me right now, you are just the biggest part of me leaving as anything else. Because you're the ones that are sipping out of those collector cups right now. You're the ones that buy those programs that my face isn't on the cover of. And then at 5 in the morning at the airport, you try to shove it in my face so you can get an autograph and try to sell it on eBay because you're too lazy to go get a real job. I'm leaving with the WWE Championship on July 17th, and hell, who knows, maybe I'll go defend it in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe I'll go back to Ring of Honor. Hey, Colt Cabana, how you doing? The reason I'm leaving is you people, because after I'm gone, you're still gonna pour money into this company. I'm just a spoke on the wheel. The wheel's gonna keep turning, and I understand that. But Vince McMahon's gonna make money to spite himself. He's a millionaire who should be a billionaire. You know why he's not a billionaire? It's because he surrounds himself with glad-handing, nonsensical yes men like John Laurinaitis, who's gonna tell him everything that he wants to hear. And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead. But the fact is, it's going to get taken over by his idiotic daughter and his doofus son-in-law and the rest of his stupid family. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon, all right? Can we do this whole bully camp?
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
Frustrated isn't the goddamn word for it! This is bullshit!
They're shaking hands! Don't call us shaking hands! We're Satan himself!
I now own WCW!
Calling all faces and heels, it is I, Garrett, with my co-host Peter, back again to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to be starting to do some random miscellaneous pay-per-views that don't really have anything to do with, well, I guess they sort of have stuff to do with what we've been doing for Era of Attitude, but not really. So we just decided to do something a bit different, kind of throw some more stuff out there. Just, you know, not everybody's a big fan of the Attitude Era, Peter, and
well, sometimes we get bored and want to watch other
yeah,
shit. And
so,
now that we're sharing a WWE Network account,
oh baby,
we can go crazy and watch tons of stuff.
Yep. So the first one we decided to do is Money in the Bank 2011, July 17th from the Allstate Arena in Rosemont. It's technically Chicago, but Rosemont
Suburban Illinois.
It's suburban Illinois. The attendance was 14,815. They also apparently had 195,000 pay-per-view buys, which was like 28% higher than 2010 Money in the Bank.
All because of Cena, not because of Punk. Vince logic.
Vince logic, yeah, it was all John Cena.
Of course, if the buy rate was bad, it was all CM Punk's fault.
Yeah. Oh, of course. His character's clearly not working.
How come they never do pay-per-views at the United Center?
I don't know.
Is it just cheaper?
It must just be cheaper.
Fuck
it, we'll just do it at the Allstate Arena.
Look at all these pay-per-views. WrestleMania 2, the Wrestling Classics, Survivor Series 1989, WCW Spring Stampede 1994.
Really?
Yeah, but WCW did most of their stuff at the United Center.
Yeah, maybe that's why they did it at the Allstate Arena, because they're just like, fuck those guys.
You know, maybe there was a great one where Sting, he's like rappelling down to take out the NWO, and he's going by all the Bulls championship banners.
Oh yeah,
so
okay.
Cool, so cool. WrestleMania 13, obviously.
Yep.
What episode was that? Episode 3?
Episode 3, I believe.
Check out the episode 3 of the Era of Attitude to see the excellent Undertaker versus Sid match that we covered.
Oh God, I forgot Sid was still around.
Judgment Day 1998. That's coming up soon in our reviews.
Oh yeah.
Backlash.
Don't know what happens there.
Backlash 2001. WrestleMania 22.
Yep.
No Mercy 2007. This is one we should cover at some point.
Yeah. Holy fuck, they've had a lot of pay-per-views.
Oh, I'm still going. Judgment Day
I
2009. Know. Night of Champions 2010. Money in the Bank 2011, obviously. Extreme Rules 2012. This would be a good one to cover as well.
I was thinking we should do an Extreme Rules as well.
Extreme Rules 2012 was actually the last pay-per-view I watched in that old house of ours, actually.
Oh, yeah?
The very last night, I watched that pay-per-view.
With Luke?
No, I didn't invite him into my room for some strange reason. I just watched it by myself.
Were you mad at him?
No. It was just, I don't know. It was just being antisocial, packing.
Oh,
Liz
weird.
might have been
Yeah,
there. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Payback 2013, Payback 2014. And last but not least, most recently, Extreme Rules 2015.
What the fuck is it with fucking Chicago?
It's a good arena, although they're smarky bastards, so I don't know why. I do like
this the venue a lot.
Did you see them burying Roman the other day?
No.
Oh fuck,
No.
It was great. Yeah, they did a Raw there recently, and they
buried him?
They of course had the genius idea of letting Roman cut a 20-minute promo in the ring.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So they're
God damn it,
they,
Vince!
They wutted him. They wutted him. He had to. At some point, he's like, "What? You can't hear me? You don't know what I'm saying?"
Oh my god!
They did boring chants.
Just stop.
Yeah.
The best thing about that is like, you know, a crowd truly hates someone when they bring back the what after every sentence.
For a face, definitely.
Yeah, especially for a face.
Yeah. It's more reserved for celebrities and heels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking celebrities.
Or really boring heels like the
celebrity Raw general manager.
Did you see that the anonymous GM was still around during this time period?
Yeah, I saw that. Nothing really happened at this pay-per-view with it, but it was like the podium was still there.
Do you remember who the anonymous Raw manager was?
Oh, it was someone really stupid.
Surprise, surprise. It was Hornswoggle.
Oh, yeah! That's so terrible.
But they did it like 3 years later. Hornswoggle was under the ring, and they're like, oh, were you the manager the entire time?
No, that's when you know it's like the hidden power angle. Like, you know that they didn't have any idea how it was going to end, and they just started it anyway. And then they're like, "Oh, we backed ourselves into a corner."
Oh fuck!
It's Hornswoggle.
Yeah, I mean this just actually reminds me of the Kevin Nash texting himself storyline. They clearly had no idea.
Oh God.
But yeah, let's break into the summer of Punk here and just kind of get a lay of the land because.
All right.
Garrett, I remember watching. I hated wrestling at this point. It was so stale. It was so boring. There was a match literally the month before where, like a child helped Cena defeat R-Truth.
Oh yeah,
right.
Fucking gay.
Like he threw a drink in his face or something.
Yeah, something terrible like
Cena
that.
had been feuding with The Miz for about 4 months. And there was one of the worst WrestleManias of all time before this one.
It definitely was.
WrestleMania 27, it finished. I was like, oh, they just fucked me out of $60.
Bent over out of $60.
I had the biggest buyer's remorse after that.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'll go through most of the matches, like just the backstories for things that happen.
Please.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we'll go through the card. All right. So Raw Money in the Bank competitors were announced. That was June 27th, the June 27th episode of Raw. There were no qualifying matches at all. So it was Alberto Del Rio, Alex Riley, Evan Bourne, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, R-Truth, and The Miz.
Oh, good.
The SmackDown Money in the Bank competitors were announced on the July 1st SmackDown. Again, no matches for some fucking reason. Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Kane, Sheamus, Sin Cara, and Wade Barrett. Holy fuck, this SmackDown. What a bunch of jobbers.
I mean, even Raw is Alex Riley, who gets his ass kicked by Kevin Owens apparently these days. That's all he really does.
Those are the two Money in the Bank ones. There's obviously not a lot of backstory because everyone was kind of just thrown in there. Yeah. The only other thing is 2 weeks prior to Money in the Bank, Alberto Del Rio won a number one contenders match.
Because CM Punk got suspended.
And then they took it away from him. He's like, this is bullshit. I didn't even need to be in this match, but he's in it anyway. So eat shit, Alberto. The feud between Big Show and Mark Henry started on June 17th of SmackDown. When Big Show was forced to face Henry in a match. Big Show knocked out Henry before the bout started, creating this massive rivalry between the two of them. Henry interfered in Big Show's match with Alberto at Capital Punishment. And on June 27th, a Raw in a cage match, this is where he threw him through one of the cage panels.
Justified turn by Mark Henry, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Big Show fucking brutalized him and then was all like, oh, well, you know.
I told him not to get in the ring. Like, okay.
Yeah.
We have a Big Show face heel turn counter here. We're already up to about 600 by 2011.
We're getting there, yeah.
Where are we? Big Show. Yeah, so Henry versus Big Show was later announced for Money in the Bank. Really shitty trivia here on the Divas match. Brie Bella lost her Divas Championship to Kelly June 20th. Title rematch was announced for Money in the Bank. Kelly had been feuding with the Bellas since May of this year.
Whoa,
so
the Divas division.
Good God.
The real Divas revolution.
We'll get there. I'm about to unload. Money in the Bank 2011, Randy Orton defended the World Heavyweight Championship against Christian. Storyline started way back in May. when Orton defeated Christian to become champion less than a week after Christian won the title, which was fucking bullshit.
Yep.
People were pissed.
I remember
I was pissed. I was so mad. He waited so long to finally get a championship, and then they're just like, oh, lol, put it on Orton, lol.
They should have just given it to Del Rio if they wanted to do this.
Yeah. Capital punishment on June 19th, Orton defeated Christian to retain the title despite illegally pinning him. June 24th episode of SmackDown, Christian demanded another attempt at the title from Teddy Long, who was like a fucking heel at this point, which is hilarious. His demand was granted with the provision that he could defeat Kane. Christian lost the match against Kane by disqualification after Mark Henry interfered. Long then made a tag team match later for the same episode, pitting the team of Christian and Mark Henry against Kane and Orton with a similar stipulation, thinking that obviously those fuckers aren't going to work together. Henry pinned Orton in the bout. Afterwards, Long offered Henry an attempt at the title if Henry could defeat Orton again. Henry lost because Christian engineered a distraction, obviously. This set up a match between Orton and Christian for the title at Money in the Bank. July 8th, episode of SmackDown, Christian's lawyers in the storyline added a stip that if Orton got disqualified at Money in the Bank, he would still lose the title to Christian. Or if there was poor officiating.
That's really fair to Orton that they come up with this stipulation.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Christian is the one who wants the rematch.
All right. Here comes the long-winded one, and obviously the most important. Main event is, as we all know, or if you don't know, what is the matter with you?
Yep.
This is like one of the most talked about things in
one of the most famous WWE championship
in modern WWE for sure. Yeah. It was John Cena defending the WWE Championship against CM Punk in Punk's hometown. Punk pinned Cena in a non-title match on the June 13th episode of Raw, and then became the number one contender by winning the Triple Threat Falls Count Anywhere match against Del Rio and Rey Mysterio on June 20th.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
The state of your main event.
Right? After the match, Punk said that his WWE contract would expire at midnight on July 17th, immediately after this pay-per-view.
And it was going to.
Yep. Punk vowed to win the championship and leave the company with it. On the next episode of Raw, Punk delivered a work shoot promo and said that he, rather than Cena, was the best in the world. He also berated the WWE for not promoting him properly. Punk called Cena an ass kisser, insulted WWE management, including Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, who I can't fucking stand. Like, anytime he shows up, I just hope that somebody just punches him.
You know who he just got engaged to in real life?
No.
Nikki Bella's mother.
Really?
Yeah, so he's now he's
God.
In reality he is Daniel Bryan's father-in-law, I guess,
and potentially John Cena.
If John and Cena ever
get
Nikki.
married. Yeah. In addition to saying that he was breaking the fourth wall by talking to the camera, Punk proposed that he could defend the WWE Championship by wrestling in other companies such as Ring of Honor and New Japan after he left the company with the title. As a result of this, Punk was given a storyline suspension and stripped of his championship match. John Cena confronted McMahon and threatened to – did he threaten to quit or walk out?
He said he was going to go to TNA.
Yeah.
You remember that? He said, I can go anywhere, brother.
Yeah, and he threatened to walk out on him, and if Punk was not reinstated because it's a match that everyone wanted to see. McMahon relented on the condition that if Cena lost the title, he would be fired. Fucking every time I watch that promo for this pay-per-view, like it's so ridiculous.
And they
must be one of the last true McMahon "you're fired" segments. On the following episode of Raw, McMahon tried to sign Punk to a new contract to ensure the title would not leave. McMahon agreed to all these outrageous Punk demands and apologized to Punk. I apologize, you son of a bitch. Before John Cena interrupted the proceedings, in which CM Punk called John Cena he was once the Red Sox and then he became what he hated and compared him to the New York Yankees.
Just like the Red Sox, he said.
Just like,
become a dynasty.
Yep. And that segment resulted in Cena punching Punk in the face, so Punk tore up the contract and did not sign one. And then we got to this pay-per-view.
So uncharacteristic of John Cena to react like that. I get it,
right?
It's in Boston, but...
Yeah.
But
I think it was more that he called himself a dynasty and compared him to the Yankees.
yeah, he said you are the Yankees, and of course John Cena has to like rage on that, but that's not John Cena's character
At all.
at all.
At all.
It's good to see that John Cena was doing his patronizing, great speech there. But,
It's so stupid.
But now you've got to measure yourself against Big Match John, and he did his little patronizing spiel.
The best thing that John Cena has done in the past like 3 years is when him and The Rock had the sing-along / rap-off, and he came back out as the Doctor of Thugonomics and destroyed things. That's the best thing he's done in my modern memory.
This, I would say, is the best thing he's ever done. He put Punk over so huge here.
Oh, yeah.
This is why you don't have any modern stars besides... I mean, you don't have CM Punk anymore, but you have Daniel Bryan. It's because those are the guys who actually beat him, and then John Cena doesn't come back a week later and beat them.
Yeah,
You know?
because it makes them seem like...
If Kevin Owens had just beaten Cena and just wandered off, and okay, cool, that's good. That's good. So he's not did he lose, but now he's back in the mid card, and yeah, he's just doing his thing. Tell me about your reaction to this promo at the time.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah,
Like the opening promo?
yeah.
Oh my god,
The Vegas promo.
I love this promo. I marked so hard when I saw this.
Yeah.
I thought that this was good. Like, I think that this promo for the beginning of this pay-per-view might be one of the best promos that WWE's ever done.
But I mean the actual pipe bomb.
Oh, the actual pipe, when I saw the actual pipe bomb, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Do you remember?
Well, first I was more shocked that they let him, because you know how it's a work shoot, right? So like, you're thinking about it and you're just like, did they let him say this on Raw or on, just on live TV kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about it and you think about it some more, and then you're like, I thought at the time, like, this is exactly what the company needed.
Yeah.
The company was stale as shit, and then this guy comes in and just goes, fuck everything. This is what's really happening behind the scenes. Everyone is where they are now except for me because they're all ass kissers, but I'm the best because I am the best.
It's amazing that you can, and they know they can do this. They can do this easily enough. You have someone come out one night and just fucking cut a promo on the main eventer, John Cena, and if they're good enough, they can become a star overnight.
Yep.
I never really cared for CM Punk. I never really saw what everyone else saw in him, and I think that was just the way he was booked. I wasn't a huge fan of his look at the time. Well,
didn't he have that weird thing just before this where he was like with that girl and
well, this
Festus?
was Nexus.
Yeah.
He just looked like a Nazi, and he was always jobbing to Rey Mysterio or Randy Orton or Big Show, and I didn't see it. They didn't give him a lot of microphone time.
Yeah.
And I remember I was working at the time, and I lived in Vancouver, so I could watch Raw either at 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, which made life easy growing up.
Right.
And I got out of work at 9, and I read the Raw results, and I saw what he was saying, and he was saying things like, he was mentioning Brock Lesnar, which I don't think anyone had mentioned Brock Lesnar.
Not since he left.
Since 2004. He mentioning Paul Heyman. No one mentioned Paul Heyman since 2006. He's mentioning Hulk Hogan, who we hadn't seen since 2006.
And we'll never see again.
He'll be back. He'll be back. The only thing that kept it from getting really shooty is he didn't be like, Chris Benoit or like TNA. He's careful to mention like New Japan, ROH, all these other companies that WWE kind of has working relationship with.
Yeah.
Just barely. It just turned everything upside down where all of a sudden everyone started paying attention to Punk and he became a star overnight.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know how he did it or why it worked so well. I love the fact that he's wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt when he does the promo.
Yeah.
That's deliberate. Yeah. I remember Austin actually wrote like a tweet afterwards being like, oh my God, CM Punk hit it out of the park. Like a star is born.
Yep.
And this is Punk's Austin 316 moment.
Absolutely. This is I said that this is probably the best, like, holy shit, so-and-so has arrived since the Austin 316 speech. The only other one I could think of is like The Rock's like double, like really quick face heel turn.
Oh, yeah.
But since then, I don't think anyone's been or done it so well.
I'm trying to think. I'll probably think of one by the end of the night, but it's just unbelievable how over he got with a single promo. The crowd, the funny thing is when he's cutting this promo, the crowd is kind of shitting on him at first. You know, like there's a little bit of whatever boos, and then it's just like all cheering. By the
because everyone's like, holy shit!
Yeah, by the end of it, he has to be like, you're cheering me, but fuck you. You run into me at the airport at 3 a.m. and make me sign autographs for you.
Yep.
That don't have my pictures on it.
Yeah.
He's on like Bill Simmons after this. He's on.
Yeah,
Jimmy
he's
Kimmel.
on everything. Yep. Has there ever really been like a recent like somebody that's dropped some shit?
And what ended up on like mainstream sort of thing?
The only one I could think of recently is after Charlotte won the Divas title and Paige came out and fucking buried
I see what you're saying.
Becky Lynch and Charlotte, and she's she's like, the only reason you're here, Charlotte, is because you're of who's in your family tree. And she's like, Becky, shut up. You're the least talented of all of us, and you're the least deserving to be here. And then and now she's going on Conan next week.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, I love her. And not even just like as her character. I think I love that woman.
She could have great crossover potential because she's just so unique and.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
I had her pegged for and I'm not even like, this is my humble brag, but I had her pegged as soon as I started seeing her on NXT.
Yeah. She's
so good in the ring because she's been in the ring since she was like 7.
It's funny that the company always has this idea of like, you don't have the look. You don't have the look. Sometimes not looking like a wrestler
is the best thing for you.
Yeah, like a CM Punk, a Kevin Owens, a Paige,
a Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2000.
Even Bayley to like a degree, or Daniel Bryan. It just makes you stand out more. It makes you work harder.
Yeah, that's why I liked Austin. He always came in and like, even though he didn't have a lot of matches because he was busy doing run-ins and shit, he ran out in fucking jeans and a t-shirt.
He just looked different, yeah.
He looked different.
And there weren't a lot of bald guys at the time.
Yeah, I don't think well.
I mean, I get confused with the DOA and Austin at times, but other than that.
Oh, yeah. It's Austin! Oh, never mind. He's coming out in a bike.
It's chains.
It's skull and
Skull and April.
Oh, God.
Anything else here? I'm just trying to think. I just remember that 1 month, because the Canucks had just lost the Stanley Cup.
Oh, God.
I was semi-depressed, but I got back into wrestling.
Yep, you needed something to take the pain away.
I was working, I'd be working when Raw was on, but I'd put it on the TV right next to my workspace and I'd watch Raw in front of I was working at a grocery store at a deli, and I had Raw on, and while I was working, just so I could see what was going on.
Yeah, that's huge. That commitment, though.
An underrated.
It's such a good product.
The underrated one is, people talk about the pipe bomb, but the one the week after he comes back from a suspension, where he's got the microphone, the bullhorn.
Oh yeah.
And then later that night he makes Vince join the CM Punk Kiss My Ass Club.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, he is a star. Holy fuck.
It was such an interesting time because after this match, from this point to after that match, I was seeing those CM Punk shirts everywhere.
Yeah, you're saying that. Yeah, you just see them everywhere,
and that's unbelievable because you
never see them before.
Maybe it's just so obvious, like the white with the distinct. I actually owned one too, if you remember.
Yeah.
I love that shirt, and it was crazy because you'd see them everywhere. And it just seemed like people were actually kind of talking about wrestling and interested in wrestling again. I'd see it on ESPN and
they reinvigorated it.
USA Today. It was nuts, but. We can get into why things didn't go the way they should have.
Yep. We can do that after the card, I guess.
All right. Run down the card then.
All right. Do you want a timestamp here, though?
Yeah, sure. For the theme?
Yeah.
Money.
I love this theme.
Money.
I love it. Money.
It's Donald Trump's theme.
Yeah, I know. Composed by Jack Johnson.
Jim
Johnson again. That guy's a fucking legend.
The class act.
All right. So the first match on the card. Daniel Bryan versus all those people I listed earlier, which is the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match.
SmackDown.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Sin Cara, Justin
I flipped them.
Gabriel,
Yeah, I flipped them. I flipped them in my
Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, Heath Slater. Oh god, Daniel Bryan and Kane.
I flipped them in my head because remember that night you gave me the network, like Friday night or whatever it was. I was up till like 3 in the morning. I watched this whole pay-per-view.
Did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
and took my notes on it. So
I can't
that's
believe
why
it took us this long to get the network going between
right.
the two of us.
My first point about this is because Sin Cara comes out first. I forgot how much I like Sin Cara's theme.
I like his entrance too.
Yeah.
When he's not fucking it up.
When he's not fucking. Yeah. Everybody else's theme is just like rejected like boy band songs.
Oh, so generic.
Oh, they're all terrible.
So generic.
I forgot, and then I forgot about. I forgot before I rewatched this that Michael Cole was still a heel at this point. So like Daniel Bryan comes out, he's like, "Oh, look at this nerd."
It doesn't make any sense though, because he's a heel color commentary.
I know.
No, color commentary. He's a heel play-by-play, which you're not supposed to be a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll be like, "Oh, he's such a fucking nerd," and they'll be like, "Beautiful move by Daniel Bryan there. Oh, that was great."
Yeah, I know. But I just like how I think Vince must have been screaming in his fucking ear at this point. Like,
he's a vegan, damn it.
No, not even that though. Just like, Michael, just bury him. I want you to call him a nerd 80 times in this match.
Him. Yeah, apparently that was the thing. Jericho apparently had his match with Daniel Bryan, one of the first matches Bryan had.
Yeah.
And Jericho went to Vince and said that guy's gonna be WWE champion one day. And Vince is like, he doesn't even eat meat.
So? Fuck you, Vince. No, but like I mean, I forgot about heel Cole, and sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not. And this time you're just like, this guy's a nerd. I'm like, that's not even insulting at this point. This is 2011. This is when people started dressing like hipsters and nerds to fit in.
But it doesn't make any sense for Cole to call him a nerd either.
No!
Cole is the biggest geek in the world.
The best thing is he calls Booker T a nerd.
Yes!
At one point in this match, and Booker T's like, are you kidding me? He's like, are you kidding me right now, Michael Cole? Like, I was like, yeah, what the hell is this about?
Booker should have been like, I was in jail while you were like in chess club or as a male cheerleader.
Male cheerleader.
Because Booker T's literally in jail when he's like 18. How is he a nerd?
Yeah. Yep. Thanks, Cole. Good
he's
work.
in jail for robbing a Wendy's.
Yeah. Yep. Good work, Cole. I just have like a list of spots because that's basically all these matches are.
Did you notice that Daniel Bryan had his like he had the jobber version of the Flight of the Valkyries, like
yeah, it wasn't the actual version,
and he got like no one cared when he came out. He got a Conway pop.
Yeah, until he won, and then
everyone's really into him during the match.
Yeah. Here are the list of spots, sort of.
Go for it.
The spot with the one of my favorite ones of this whole match is so simple, but it's so funny. Is when somebody grabs a ladder from the side of the ringside, gets baseball slided. The next person does the same thing, gets baseball slided. Then Rey Mysterio, was it Mysterio or is it Sin Cara? Sin Cara tries it and they just lift the ladder and then he turns around and they just bash him into the fucking barrier. It's so funny. I laughed so hard. Probably because it's Sin Cara and I know it's coming later. The Daniel Bryan suicide dive though, like when he dives through the ropes right towards the announcers and then Michael Core's like, oh my god, God, fucking Cole.
What a nerd.
What a nerd. Look at that nerd flying through the air. My favorite thing in this is about Booker T, being color commentary. It's just him every once in a while, he'll see a move and just be like, wow! And that's all he'll say. He'll just be like, wow!
He's awful.
And that's it. That's all he'll do.
This is one of the worst commentary teams I've ever heard in
my
life.
boy D-Bry. Shut up.
Shut up. Ducky, I picked Evan Bourne.
Yeah, god damn it. That could be it right there, guys. Okay, shut up.
They always make fun of him, too, throughout the night. They're just like,
yeah.
Okay, whatever, Booker. That makes sense.
Just be quiet, Booker.
It's like Dusty Rhodes on commentary.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, you see, all the dive spots where everyone does, their fucking thing in a row is pretty cool. Yeah. Because everyone does it. Daniel Bryan does one. Fucking Justin Gabriel. Heath Slater goes over the ropes.
Did you see some of the signs in the audience? I mean, this is just, I'll get to this. This is off topic, but someone has a massive CM Punk ice cream bar in the front row. Like, they designed one of those like WWE ice cream bars that CM Punk was talking about. It's fucking huge. It must be like 4 feet tall, and they're just holding it the entire match.
The Sin, I wrote down the Sin Cara Daniel Bryan spot was crazy, but I can't remember.
C4 off the top rope.
The what?
C4. It's like a reverse rock bottom.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, because that's why I was like, what the hell?
Sin Cara was actually pretty good in this match.
Yeah, he was. I didn't see many botches.
I'm wondering if they replaced him with Hunico or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot that happens.
Yeah.
I like how before the power bomb happens, there's like a really terrible camera shot of like right beside the ladder, and you can clearly see that it's wood. Like, there's a spot you can see like the silver paint, but like you can see the knot in the wood that they've made it out of 2x4s with.
Wouldn't it be better? I don't know structural engineering or whatever have you, but wouldn't there be an easier way to do like kind of a tin ladder and aluminum?
Oh, probably.
Like a really thin one that has like
I just laughed at the camera shot because I saw Eric Bischoff go, "Kevin Dunn, what the hell was that?" Why, this is so good. Oh, God.
We should introduce that into the podcast.
Yes, we should for camera shots. That's coming in now. Okay. I was going to say, I love that soundbite. Kevin Dunn, what the hell was that? I love Eric Bischoff.
Let's pause here and just throw it in for now.
Yep.
Kevin Dunn, what the hell was that?
Eric Bischoff was one of my favorite boss authority figures.
He did he's back. Like he did a really cool.
He's back. Oh, sorry.
He did a really cool like countdown kind of episode on the WWE network. So he's back in their good graces.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's about him and all the like times he's caused trouble and stuff, and he gives his own opinion and stuff.
One of my favorite ones is when he first gets introduced as the Raw boss. I know this is off topic, and JR just loses his mind. He's like, "What? You can't hire him?" They're like, because he's just like, he knows Eric Bischoff from the WCW.
This fat Oklahoma now, Eric Bischoff is now my boss. That's great.
You talk about an ass whipping.
Do you remember when I wasn't watching live at the time, but like they show Bischoff just before the commercial break?
Yeah.
It's so good, the crowd pop, because you hear it's like he walks into the frame and it's kind of like silence, everyone being like, "Oh, who's that?" And then you hear, "Oh!" Like everyone figures it out simultaneously, like horrified.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All right, back to the match.
All right. So we're at, so basically I joked about that ladder spot, but that powerbomb is fucking sick.
Yeah, they have the obvious wooden ladder by the announce desk that Sheamus. I think Sheamus isn't a face at this point.
Yeah,
I think he turns.
He's
face.
like a tweener right now.
Oh, a tweener.
Yeah, you saw what I did there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but like he like does it, and there's like a big pop. Sin Cara sells it really well that he's like seriously injured.
I think he was legitimately injured.
Yeah, because like he's like shaking and shit, and like King calls it right. That's like a sign of like obvious nerve damage.
Yeah, and well, the only thing that tipped me off was Sheamus kept kind of staring at him and wandering around checking.
Yeah, he was like, "Holy shit, did I kill him?"
And
like,
that's why I was like, "Is Sheamus a face?" But no, he's not. So I think he clearly injured him.
Yeah, maybe he did.
Maybe he did. Fuck. Well, it's fucking Sin Cara. I remember he broke his finger once in a match and like tapped out. He dislocated his finger and he like just quit the match.
What a shitlord. Triple H tears a quad and fucking
put me in the walls of Jericho.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah. So that happens, and then there's like a doomsday device.
Holy shit.
To Daniel Bryan.
Poor Bryan. Jesus Christ.
He does like the complete flip and everything.
Yeah, it's off Wade Barrett from Kane. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, he could have died.
It was like a foot taller than a normal one.
Yeah.
There's actually a big LOD chant when that happens.
Yeah, there is. Big LOD chant. Later, fucking hell. Later on, like Daniel Bryan tries to go to the top of the ladder, and then he gets like thrown off by somebody. I can't remember. And then like Cole in his typical heelish douchebaggery is just like, "You know what you call that? Splat." And then like King's like, is that seriously the best you came up with? Like even King's like, are you fucking kidding me, Michael? Like he's had enough of his shit. The choke slam onto the ladder was gnarly as fuck though.
Oh yeah.
The Kane one on did he do it to who did he do it to? Sheamus?
I think so.
Yeah, gets fucking choke slammed onto the ladder that's like between the ladder and the turnbuckle. That's a metal ladder. That fucker didn't break at all.
They get that good bounce to it too.
Yeah, yep. Also, that Justin Gabriel small 450 splash might be my favorite part of the whole match.
Jesus Christ, he was like.
It's in it. Well, that's the one good call that Booker T had. He's like, Justin Gabriel just did that 450 splash inside a phone booth.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was the smallest amount of space.
Yeah, he was lower than the turnbuckle, I think, at the time.
Oh yeah,
or maybe not, but he didn't have that like bounce bouncing on the ropes either.
Yeah,
it was nuts. Look at these guys. Like, look at the people in the match, Garrett. Like, since Cara's gone. Wade Barrett, meh.
He's isn't he like still injured?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is Stardust now.
Yeah, I mean, because Justin Gabriel never did anything. I think Heath Slater is still a jobber.
He's a really bad jobber.
Cody Rhodes needs to go back to Cody Rhodes.
They
can give him the American dream.
Kane is doing good things now. I like new Kane, like the old fucking Savage Kane.
Yeah,
is back. Speaking of which, one of my favorite things happened a couple weeks ago, where Seth Rollins like attacked Kane's fucking ankle or whatever, or like his leg, and he got taken away in an ambulance. And then the ambulance stops in the middle of a Rollins promo, and you see like Kane get out of it with his mask on. And he's like limping to the ring, and then he stops, and he like slams his leg down, and like whoever did the audio timed it perfectly because you just hear like, and then he like walks to the ring normally, and you're like, oh my fuck! Like I know clearly he wasn't injured, and it was like a fake injury before he did that, but like it's just that little bit of like kayfabe fucking serious shit.
This is like the only storyline WWE's ever stolen from TNA. It's quite good.
Yeah.
It's the Joseph Park Abyss kind of storyline,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. It's fun.
Yep.
It's apparently getting them the worst ratings they've ever gotten, but I still like it.
Yeah. Oh, either way. A lot of people on Squared Circle like it, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people like it. Well, a lot of people want to see Kane win the title and then like go on like a couple months run and then retire. Is basically what everyone wants to have happen.
Yeah, that works.
Yep. Daniel Bryan wins. Michael Cole can eat shit. We have I'm literally calling this the Divas match. It's such a piss match, like a piss break match. Back when they were still around.
It's the Bellas 1.0 and versus the Kelbot 2000.
Yeah, Kelbot 2000.
She is a fucking black hole of personality.
Oh my god, she's got no personality at this point.
Yeah. I hated the Divas division at this time. Hated it.
I hated it too.
Pre-AJ, pre-Caitlyn, pre everyone. I mean, I like the Bellas. Like now, I'm happy with the Bellas.
Well, because they've actually done something.
They actually have personality. They're really good looking.
Yep. And
they actually care about wrestling, unlike Kelly, who's just a big fucking hockey wife now. And
what the fuck, Sheldon Surrey? What is that?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
She's on WAGs, like Wife and Girlfriends. It's this terrible reality TV show that Liz always watches.
Oh, is that the hockey one?
No, it's not even hockey wives. It's just like professional athletes and shit.
They should have been. She should have been on the Real Hockey Wives or whatever the fuck it is.
Just like that. Like they had an episode where she was in the Ducks box.
Yeah.
And these two other wags who are like dating basketball players or football players, they got there and they were getting drunk, and she's like, "I'm an ambassador for the Ducks organization. This is embarrassing me."
Wow.
I'm like, how did you get in the booth?
Eat shit.
Aren't there players with like higher priority than you?
Yeah, like fuck you. I do. My first point about this match, and one of 4 points I have, lol, is sometimes I really miss the old pervy King.
He's so fucking creepy in this match.
I know, but it's the only thing that made me watch most of the match.
Jesus,
it's so funny listening to this fucking guy. And then my next point is, and that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about in this match. This is pre-Good Diva storyline and talent era, so nothing actually happens. My next only point was this match is absolute fucking garbage. Kelly is a black hole. Thank God she left. I'll miss looking at her, but everything else about this match was fucking terrible.
One of the worst matches I've ever seen.
Basically, Kelly takes a shitload of punishment from Brie Bella and then wins with one move.
Kelly
it's
wins.
Fucking retarded. Kelly retains because Vince McMahon said so.
Yeah, I mean, the Bellas get the last laugh in the end because Kelly, Eve, whatever her name is,
yeah,
Maria, and a ton of other divas are just completely banned from the company as long as the Bellas are there. Because the Bellas hate those bitches. And
well, to be fair, I would ban. To be fair, I've heard through the grapevine and watching and listening to podcasts and stuff and Meltzer that Maria was like a fucking cancer in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, she's just a terrible human being.
But the Bellas just basically run that shit now, so...
Oh, yeah. And it's good that, like...
Good for them.
It's
more
good.
power to them.
Yeah, and they're running... Fuck, right now they're running it the right way, obviously, so...
Yeah.
Mark Henry versus Big Show. Fuck's sake.
This is something we'd see in 2015 still.
Yeah, it is. The feud at the point was actually really good. I liked it at this point.
Yeah.
Henry's theme. I fucking love Mark Henry's theme.
The 3-6 Mafia theme, yeah, it's so good.
Somebody's gonna get their ass whipped. Somebody's gonna get the butt kicked. It's so good. Really good thing off the top. That fucking huge shoulder tackle by Big Show where they both go flying out of the ring was amazing.
Yep.
Mark Henry with his really terrible stair spot that I think is a botch, where like he misses the stairs when he gets thrown in them and just jumps over them like he got ejected from a fucking moving car. The crowd is my next point in capital letters is the crowd is fucking dead.
Oh yeah. They'll be back.
Yep. I like how they still stick to the world's strongest man gimmick 15 years after Mark Henry debuted, and he didn't even win the Olympic gold. He got like 12th place in 1996.
I read recently, actually, and you might be interested in this, like in 2002,
yeah,
he got out of shape or he got bored or something, and his mother died, so he was inspired to win like I don't know what tournament it was. Like I think it's literally a strongman tournament.
Oh yeah,
and he won the whole fucking thing.
Did he actually?
Yeah, and he was
what a savage.
For a time there, he was the world's strongest man, which was nuts.
what a baller.
Yeah, I think that was after Brock Lesnar dropped him, so he came back as like Teddy Long's Back to Black sort of gimmick that he had, where I'm
just a fat piece of shit.
That's weird.
I know.
We're almost there. I'm excited.
I know. So am I. So he didn't win the gold in '96. Whatever. Then we have the post-match beatdown where he basically just murders Big Show, and then he like puts the chair over his leg. He gives him a Pillman. The Pillmanizer.
Pillmanizes him with a splash though, which is cool.
Yeah. Big Show plays it off really well that his fucking leg is broken.
If only.
If only.
God, we're never getting rid of the Big Show.
Before we get to the next match,
yes.
I like this little breakdown with Vince McMahon talking about the lucrative contract backstage, saying it's the most lucrative contract he's offered anyone. Eat shit, Bret Hart. Also, I like how distraught Vince is. Apparently, and fun fact for anyone that doesn't know this, apparently CM Punk signed the legitimate contract during this pay-per-view.
I heard that too.
Like an hour an hour before his match with John Cena took place is when he signed his contract.
I'm assuming
that's how close it was.
Yeah. I like this segment too. It reminded me of that segment in Survivor Series 1997.
Yeah, when Vince was like really upset.
Episode 7, in case anyone's curious.
Yep.
Where Kevin Kelly asked Vince, maybe it's Michael Cole, one of them asked Vince who's going to win, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and this is Josh Matthews at this point, right?
This reminded me of that, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have the
Hey, you
Raw...
know who Josh Matthews is married to right now?
No.
Madison Rayne. I know, right?
What the fuck? How does this happen?
I think if you're in the industry, it's just, you're good.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, he is announcing for TNA now, so...
I know, life's not that good, but I mean, he ended up with Madison Rayne, so that's...
Yeah, I mean, home life's good. It's like Dion Phaneuf.
Fucking right. No, it's like the guy who's married to Kelly, actually.
Yeah, Sheldon Surrey. That's the only reason I'm going to know Sheldon Surrey exists now. Sheldon Surrey.
I'm going to see if this guy's available in fantasy hockey. He's probably lighting it up.
So then we have the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to speed this along now. Here we go.
Sounds good.
We have Del Rio, Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, Alex Riley, R-Truth, The Miz, Evan Bourne, Jack Swagger. Good Lord. I forgot how good Alberto Del Rio's theme is.
He doesn't
it's
even
so
have
good.
Ricardo Rodriguez at this point.
No, this makes me want to go on vacation somewhere south and just listen to like fucking mariachi bands.
I loved his music. I loved his car entrance, and I loved his announcer. And then they just took it all away from him at some point, and he just became boring.
Yep. One of my favorite things in this whole pay-per-view happens here when Alberto Del Rio gets in the ring and that guy holds up the sign that says Alberto Del Rio mows my grass. Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I do also love Jack Swagger's theme because Rage Against the Machine represent. Jack 1 2 fucking great song.
Is it just a fake Rage Against the Machine, or is it the real one?
No, I think it actually is a real Rage Against the Machine song.
Oh, sweet.
Whatever happened to Alex Riley, and then in capital letters, shut the fuck up, Cole. He's like, look at this guy, like fucking another nerd. Like, shut up, Michael Cole. God. This starting with the ladders thing is fucking retarded. But you've just been one up SmackDown by Raw, so eat shit. I do like
really stupid at the beginning where they're all.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I. I did like R-Truth's part where he grabs like the smallest ladder ever because he feigns that he's like afraid of heights.
And little Jimmy is probably there.
Little Jimmy. Yeah. Yep. Here's a list of my favorite spots.
Sounds good.
There are 8 of them.
SmackDown was much better than this one.
Yeah. There's a hilarious spot with Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston just in the middle of the ring on a ladder. Like, the ladder is closed, and they're just balancing it in the middle of the ring while exchanging shots on top of it. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
All these fucking airborne maneuvers, like, everywhere. Like, Kofi does one, and then somebody else does one, then Mysterio and somebody else do one. Then Evan Bourne does the airborne from that huge
there was a
ladder.
literal airborne off the top.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy would be proud.
Yeah. Impressive.
I actually forgot before we watched this about the Miz blows his knee spot.
Yeah, I thought he fucked it up there.
I actually thought he fucked it because he was overacting like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
The Kofi leapfrog spot, which is an absolute classic because Kofi Kingston. Drop kick to the Mysterio when he's behind the ladder at the turnbuckle, so the ladder gets kicked into his ribs.
Mysterio is so fucking old and slow at this point.
Yeah, I was like, one of my points is actually like, isn't Mysterio like 60 years old? He does a really cool 619 through the tall ladder, though.
Yeah, that was awesome. But the commentators were talking about nerds or something, so we.
Yeah, of course. I like there's one part I did like in this where King says something to Booker T, and Booker T goes, "Tell me you didn't just say that," and I'm just like, "Oh, we're getting there. We're so close." Everyone on top of the ladder near the end of this is just so fucking retarded. Like, it's so forced. We're just like
they've
fighting.
Never done that before. That's why I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Is Mysterio a goddamn heel? Like, he's getting savage heat. He goes up the ladder by himself, and he's just getting barraged.
He's getting Royal Rumble 2004 like booze
or 2014. Yeah, booze.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Sorry,
yeah.
I said 2004. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It could have been the same heat.
No, 2004. Remember when he was the 30th entrant and everyone was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Oh, I know that one. Yeah. I know. Holy shit! Alberto Del Rio is a face. Because he unmasked Rey Mysterio,
which was nuts. I couldn't believe
that was
happened.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, they
and
should have made a big deal of that.
Yeah, I did. I was like, Rey Mysterio unmasked? What the fuck is this?
They should have been like, holy shit, let's get a camera on Rey Mysterio's face.
Well,
like Spider-Man being unmasked.
Yeah,
he throws the mask down and then
grabs the fucking briefcase.
To a big pop.
Amazing. Yeah. Then we have Christian versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title.
One more match.
Obviously, Randy Orton is the champion at this point.
Terrible idea.
I really love Christian's theme, though. I've always liked Christian's theme, and this one is always really good.
Do you like the girl version? Or...
I do like the girl version better.
Yeah, me too.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And I think he had that one when he was in ECW.
No, he had it.
I think he had the girl singing it in
before
EC.
he left to TNA, I think.
Did he?
Yeah. But I think he returned to this one in ECW. And then Josh Matthews gave the greatest commentary of all time when he returned. It's Christian.
Oh God, yeah. Just no wonder he got fucking like a
Almost as good as your It's The Rock.
It's The Rock. It's The Rock. Fuck you, Michael Cole. Like everyone knows his theme hits. People lose their mind and go ape shit, and we have to have this fucking like
was that what he
idiosyncratic retard be like, it's The Rock. Like we all know who The Rock is.
Was that his return in 2011?
Yes, when like all the lights go down and like if you and the crowd loses it.
It should have been silent. Yeah,
it should have been silent. It's The Rock. Like, the best Rock return ever that was unexpected was when he came back to help Eugene.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And JR does the best. And I'm being a bit of a homer because I love JR to death.
Yep.
But he does the best call ever when he's just like, oh my, he's like, what the, like his theme hits and he just goes, what the hell? And The Rock walks out right after. He's like, oh my God, it's The Rock. Like he loses his mind. And like, that was 04 though. 04 was a better time.
Yeah.
04 was a better time.
During the reign of terror.
The reign of terror. Yeah, so Rio wins, thank God, and we're at Christian. That's right. I love Christian's theme. Fuck, it's awesome. I love how this match starts where Christian just gets a chair and he's like, come on, hit me, disqualified. Really funny. The one thing that pissed me off in this whole match, to be honest with you, is the part where Christian stands on Randy Orton's back when he's on the ropes. His arms, like the ropes go underneath his armpits, so his neck isn't even on the ropes.
Yeah.
Christian's just standing on his back. It's not doing anything. And Orton's just like, like screaming in pain. Shades of Chris Benoit, though, with the flying headbutt from Christian in this match, which was savage as hell from the top rope.
They should stop doing that move.
They should never stop doing that move.
Oh, you're a fan?
I like it just because, well, I liked it at this point because I thought that it was like an impromptu Christian just being like, fuck it, we're bringing back Chris Benoit for
one. It
one.
just fucks people up. Brian does it all the time and fucked himself over.
I don't know if that was the only reason Daniel Bryan
That's true. The Owen Hart dropkick is apparently really bad for you too, where you don't...
the one where you take it right in the face? Yeah.
Yeah, you jump right off, like you jump off the top rope and you do it, but you just like put your arms out and you hit the drop kick and you land right on your back and neck.
Yeah, it's probably not great for you.
No.
There's a really good spot in here with that sick fucking like neck breaker by Orton. He like lifts Christian up onto his shoulder, puts one arm down, kind of like tosses him up and just does like a really sick delayed neck breaker.
Oh yeah. From
the air. And then right before he's about to go for an RKO, after Christian hits the kill switch and stuff, he's going to go for the RKO. Then Christian pulls the most heelish move since fucking Bret Hart and spits in Orton's face.
He should have been like, fuck you.
Yeah. And then but he spits in his face. Orton fucking snaps and then kicks him in the nuts so hard. The ref disqualifies him, and the crowd marks out too.
Yep. Crowd
realizes what's going on. They mark out. Then Orton just loses his mind, gives him 2 RKOs on the Spanish announce table, which doesn't break.
Holy shit.
And then is savage. For once here, actually, post-match, I actually agree with Michael Cole, which is you don't have to like the tactic that Christian used, but he used the stipulation that he put in place to his advantage.
Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, and it's like fucking JR and... Or sorry, not JR. The King and Booker T are like, that's despicable. That's terrible. And he's like it or not, he used the stipulation that he put in, and he knew that if Orton got disqualified, he would win.
If Christian had like a bodyguard, like a Brodus Clay at this time,
yeah,
he could have just had that guy run into the ring and slap him in the face and win.
Yep.
That would have worked too.
I think this is where Orton was pretty close to his best when he was just like snapping randomly.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
The only time that I think I said the only is either at this point or his initial title run when he was feuding with Triple H and Evolution. I love that run when he goes up into the crowd and shit after like attacking Triple H from the crowd.
Oh, I was thinking his 2009 run where he
no. His
McMahon's and stuff.
No. His first one when he was still with Evolution.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get to the title match now.
Main event.
Zit. Before this match, we're playing the whole promo.
I agreed. I already have it ripped.
In capital letters, I have before this match, we're playing the promo.
I've already ripped it. It's all good.
Yeah. The whole promo. This. Do I have your attention now?
Do I have everybody's attention now? I was suspended by Vincent K. McMahon because of some things that I said. I didn't get in trouble because I announced July 17th is the day my contract comes to an end. And trust me when I tell you, I am leaving with the WWE Championship. I didn't just get in trouble because I said this company inside and outside the ring are filled with a parade of shameless ass kissers. I didn't just get in trouble because of this little nugget. And I would like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead. I got in trouble basically because I have the balls to say things that nobody else has the balls to say. But never fear, tonight, not only am I reinstated... CM Punk's reinstated, you've got your match. Vince McMahon desperately wants to sign me to a very long-term, very lucrative contract with World Wrestling Entertainment. It's funny to me that Vince is bending over backwards to give me everything I've ever wanted. My face on everything. I want cups, posters, spoons, knives, forks, my own jet. CM Punk the movie! And the reason that's funny is because all I've ever really wanted is this little microphone. See, this is power. I am the voice of the voiceless. Do I have everybody's attention now? In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb. Vince, I'll kick you in the nuts and you'll smile at me and like it and show me some respect. You're one of the biggest bullies I have ever met in my entire life, and you will apologize. You will apologize, and you will like it. Do I have everybody's attention now? Sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. What? I apologize, you son of a bitch.
Fine speech. You talk about hypocrites. Punk, you're the biggest hypocrite of them all. You are CM Punk.
The hottest property in this industry today.
You beat to your own drum, but in the path of doing things you want to do, you've lost sight of everything.
I've lost sight. You are the one that's lost sight. I am the underdog, and what you are is what you hate. You're the 10-time WWE champion. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here. You, like the Red Sox, are no longer the underdog. You're a dynasty. You are what you hate. You have become the New York Yankees. Do I have everybody's attention now? Sunday night, say goodbye to the WWE title. Say goodbye to John Cena. And say goodbye to CM Punk. CM Punk walks out with his championship. Do I have everybody's attention now?
That promo was fucking unreal.
That's one of my favorites.
It might be one of the best promos the WWE/F has ever done.
I just love the creativity they use.
I would put that up there, not quite as good, but up there with the Rock and Austin at 17.
Yeah, I mean, ones I like that. The Survivor Series 1997 promo.
Yep.
The Daniel Bryan Monster promo. I like that one a lot too.
Yep.
Yeah. All up there.
Holy shit. The that Rock Austin promo is.
Yeah, we'll get there.
You can't it doesn't matter. The thing is, it's like climbing to the top of a mountain and looking around and realizing you're never gonna fucking get there again.
It's the mountaintop. Yeah.
It's you will never ever have a better promo than that one.
Or pay-per-view or match.
Or pay-per-view or match.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 31 was better than 17. All of you can fuck off. Clearly you've never watched 17.
Yeah.
Right. So there's the promo.
So it's good.
Punk comes out to a fucking Austin Attitude Era pop.
It's massive.
Here.
It sustains. It's just all match.
It's a fucking sustained roar. Like, the crowd is fucking electric.
Mm-hmm.
They never stop chanting CM Punk. They're just roaring all the time. Great fucking signs in the crowd. If Cena wins, we riot. If Punk loses, we riot. There's a really good one. CM Punk is going to Muay Thai kick Cena so hard he explodes into billions of people.
I saw that one. I like that one.
That one's great.
There's a cool Cubs one that's like Chicago-made Punk.
Yeah, with the Chicago Cubs logo on the bottom. The Cena reaction is fucking insane. Like, as soon as you hear like ding, and it just goes from like to like boo. It's the loudest boo I've ever heard for his entrance.
This is the first time we've seen the Best in the World T-shirt.
Yep, and I love it.
I would really love another one because mine got worn and I had to throw it out.
I like when like Cena comes in and he's like doing his thing in the ring. Punk's like with his like brother and his mom.
Yeah.
And he's like there clapping for him, and it's just such a heelish thing. He's the perfect heel at this point.
I think he's a tweener at this point.
Yeah, but like you know what he's going to be like.
The commentators are making him seem like he's the Antichrist, but did you see the Cena mark in the front row?
Yeah, with all the red on. Yeah,
with the Cena meet Cena sign.
Oh God!
And he's holding it up the entire pay-per-view. What a fucking mark!
Yeah. The atmosphere. I just wrote the atmosphere here now at this point is insane.
Yep.
Like it's the atmosphere that I crave when I go watch live sporting events, or it's the atmosphere where everyone is feeling the same thing.
It's a sort of Hogan Rock atmosphere,
Yeah.
It makes the match.
I like when there's a really nice spot here when Punk gets put into like a weird submission, and the ref goes, "What do you say, Punk?" And Punk like looks up at him and wags his finger. He's like, "No." Like, he's not giving up. I like the "You can't see me" mock part by Punk also because the crowd explodes.
They always like that.
I hate that the announcers are calling Punk's obvious family fans. He's like, "Oh, he's going out to celebrate with some of his fans." I'm like, that's his brother. He looks exactly the same. And before the match, he goes out and kisses his mom.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I didn't think he was that close with his family.
I guess he is.
Interesting.
He's a lot closer with AJ. That son of a bitch.
Bastard.
The suplex by Cena onto Punk to the outside was fucking insane.
I've never actually. I feel like I've never seen that sort of spot before.
No, well, because it always gets blocked, right? People always go for it. It always goes the other way.
Maybe I've never seen the German to the outside. I always want to see one of those.
Yeah. And then after that, I just said I'm not going to write anything else. This match is too good for me to keep switching back and forth.
All right, I can cover this.
Did
you write anything else?
Yeah. I wrote 2 more points.
Okay.
But if it's before the screw job part, then
there's some funny moments. Like
there's a
huge "You can't wrestle" chant, and Punk is like, "Me?" And then he points to Cena and he's like, "Him? Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's really good. I also like the part. Sorry, I also like the part where the crowd, like, they're both doing their finishers and stuff. I also like when Punk tries to do like a random finisher on Cena and rolls him up and then like gets a 2 and he's like, well, obviously that wasn't going to work. Like he knows. God.
They're now like, this is a long match. They're exhausted completely.
Yeah, it was a 33-minute match.
That's all?
Yeah.
Felt like it was something like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was 30 minutes.
Shit.
Punk wins after the attempted Montreal Screwjob 2.0 fires.
Yeah.
McMahon and Laurinaitis come out, and McMahon's like visibly distraught. And then he comes out and he's like, ring the bell, and the crowd knows what's happening, right?
Yep.
So they're like prepared to fucking lose it. Like you can tell there are people ready to riot. And then like Laurinaitis goes to run down. Cena sees this, jumps out of the ring, like murders Laurinaitis in one of the weirdest like Cena things ever. He's just like, a man's gonna win this fight. And, like, it's
This
like
is
weird.
that's totally on character though, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
That's something he would do.
and like they're fucking. I like how they're just fucking burying Bret Hart tonight. Like, I give him the most lucrative contract. They try to do like Montreal 2.0.
They were also being like Bret was gonna leave the company with the WWE
Yeah,
title and go to
yeah.
Nitro.
They kept mentioning it. They kept mentioning the screw job so many times.
They didn't say Vince thought he was gonna leave with the title. They said Bret was gonna leave with the title.
He calls it off. He jumps back in the ring, immediately gets hit with a GTS. And then he takes off into the he's in the middle of the ring after he wins.
I love the reaction when he hits the GTS. The crowd goes nuts, and they go to Vince, and he's just like got his eyes closed, like
he's like, for fuck's sake, Cena. And then like he wins. Punk just like loses his mind. The crowd, you can't even hear Punk's music. The crowd is so loud. Speaking of which, I fucking love CM Punk's music at this point. I love Cult of Personality, but I love this song first.
Yeah, I was thinking we could wrap this episode up with the Fireburn.
I was thinking that too.
Awesome.
But yeah, so he wins. Crowd is losing it. Vince McMahon like runs over to the announce table, like rips the headset off of King. So cut music, cut that damn music right now. Where's Alberto? Get him out here, cash it in. And like, so Alberto like runs to the ring, and the crowd just like losing it again. They know. They fucking comes in and immediately gets like
Muay Thai kicked in the face.
Fucking martial arts kicked in the head.
Hey, what a jobber.
He can't cash it in, and Punk climbs over the barricade, and then goes up to the top and like celebrates, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm the champ." To Vince McMahon just like standing there like broken because his plan is backfired.
He blows a kiss to Vince.
Funny part after, he blows a kiss to McMahon when he leaves. I also really like afterwards he escapes into the night, and like TMZ and stuff did a really good job covering it, making it look like he was going to leave.
Yep.
He was shown like taking pictures with fans outside the arena in the streets, and like he was shown partying later with Colt Cabana and Ace Steel. And everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like no one knew what was going on.
Yeah, they were drinking outside of Wrigley with the title and stuff.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
the last shot is Punk looking like a maniac holding the title in the middle of the crowd.
Oh, it's great. So good. So before we go to the aftermath of what happened later on, for these pay-per-view reviews, I've decided I'm going to start giving them like ratings out of 30.
30?
Yes.
Interesting.
On 3 categories out of 10.
Okay, Bret Hart. That's how Bret Hart rates his.
Oh, I know. That's why I did it. I figured we're all throwing Bret under the bus in this pay-per-view. I'm going to start it the right way. So I've got an overall card / presentation, the atmosphere, and the main event.
Okay.
So I gave the overall card / presentation an 8 out of 10 because I really like the way the stage was set up and everything, and the theme, and the card mostly lives because of the main event.
Yep.
The atmosphere I gave only a 7 out of 10 because during like the Henry matches and the Diva matches they were dead, but during the main event they're fucking going apeshit.
Yeah.
And then I gave the main event a 10 because it was.
I like it. It's an interesting way to rate it.
Overall insane. I'm a Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, that works.
I gave it a total. So giving it a total pay-per-view total of 25 out of 30.
Not bad.
So it's like a solid, it's fucking 5 out of 6, I guess technically, but still.
Yeah, it's a good rating.
Really good. I liked it.
Yeah. What's that? 8%?
I initially had the atmosphere at like a 9. I'm like, I can't give it that because the crowd was dead during parts of the pay-per-view. So.
That's true, but I don't know. I think it carries over, like how much they put into certain matches. It should.
Yeah.
That's your rating. It's your opinion. It's all good.
Yep. All right. Do you want to do the aftermath then, Peter?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened to Mark Henry or anything. I can tell you everything that happened to CM Punk.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
All right. Unless you know what happened to Mark Henry.
Well, I've done it, but that's fine. You go ahead. I did the first part.
Well, I mean, you know your shit. SmackDown, I can actually tell you. Mark Henry began his Hall of Pain gimmick and put out big guys like Kane, Khali, Big Show, Vladimir Kozlov, and he eventually faced Randy Orton. He won the title.
Yes, he did.
Big Show came back, and he and Mark Henry had a feud. At that point, Mark Henry got injured.
Yep.
Big Show won the title briefly for about a minute, and then Daniel Bryan made his way to the ring with the Money in the Bank briefcase and won the title.
Thank God.
If you can believe it.
Thank God.
Daniel Bryan would end up carrying the title into WrestleMania 28, where he would lose in 18 seconds.
Oh, yeah, because of AJ.
To Sheamus.
I forgot about that.
I can't believe anyone thought that was a good idea, but it ultimately made Daniel Bryan into the, main eventer he was for a little bit.
Because he got fucking screwed.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm sure Daniel Bryan made a fuck ton of money and is very happy with his life right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The Bellas and the Kelbot. I don't really know what the hell happened here.
Well, I know what happened.
Okay.
Kelly left in 2012.
Yep.
So, in a year, she's gone. Eve did nothing because it's Eve. She started doing backstage stuff. That's about it.
Well, she fucked Zack Ryder and then fucked Cena, and Cena turned her heel, and then, exciting shit like that.
Yeah.
Remember that storyline? Kane was trying to make him embrace the hate, and
yeah. And then the Bellas kind of reinvented or started helping reinvent the Divas division into what it is now. But NXT has a lot more hand in that than
the Bellas quit the night after. Well, maybe not the night after. Yeah, the night after Extreme Rules. They were fired, kayfabe, but they'd later return in 2013 and eventually dominate the Divas division and have their own reality show, which is excellent. Kelly also has her own reality show, although it sucks compared to Total Divas. We already talked about Mark Henry, Big Show, who are still going strong today, unfortunately. Alberto Del Rio, spoiler alerts, will ultimately cash in his Money in the Bank at SummerSlam 2011, thanks to the timely intervention of Kevin Nash following the Cena CM Punk match. He would hold the title until Survivor Series 2011, where he would lose it to CM Punk. Again, a spoiler. He would do nothing until he became a babyface, Mexican-American-loving face, I guess. And eventually he was fired for slapping the social media manager of Raw because he said that Alberto should clean the dishes or something.
Jesus Christ.
And now Alberto is making loads of money in Mexico as El Patron.
Yep.
Which is the boss in Spanish. CM Punk. What a sad, sad story.
Fucking hell.
They
messed. Well, you know what? It is and it isn't. They fucked them over themselves. They did it to themselves.
So after this match, CM Punk left for 2 weeks. The title was declared vacant. A tournament was held. The next Raw, Vince came out to fire Cena.
Then Triple H intervened.
But the Game came out and cried and fired Vince. And then Triple H, the heel authority figure, which was a terrible idea, brought back CM Punk, who returned 2 weeks later, way too early. My favorite part of that whole storyline was Rey Mysterio winning the title for an hour. And then John Cena, being the great face that he was, challenged him to a match that very night and beat him.
Yep.
What a cock. I think the biggest problem with this whole angle was CM Punk returned far too quickly.
I think so too.
The part of the whole storyline was that CM Punk had elevated himself above the WWF, or WWE, excuse me, and he had become, kind of the outsider looking in. They had some really cool things, like he showed up at Comic-Con with the title and was harassing the company, and I think it would have worked well to have him go to, independent shows or Ring of Honor or whatever, just fuck around with the title for a few months and come back at some point to do kind of the same sort of thing they did. They could have done Rey Mysterio versus John Cena at SummerSlam for the title. I think that would have done good business.
Yep, I agree.
I think they were just really obsessed with The Rock coming back at Survivor Series and The Rock fighting Cena at WrestleMania, so they had to kind of fast forward everything.
Yeah.
What really didn't work was the fact that after he lost the title at SummerSlam to Del Rio, as we said, he got into a feud with Kevin Nash, of all people.
Oh, God.
And then Triple H got in the feud with CM Punk, and Triple H actually beat him. And just cleanly pinned him. And then the next month, CM Punk lost to Awesome Truth while tagging with Triple H. And so CM Punk, he wasn't in a bad position. He was the number 2 to Cena. He was the I always thought he was the Batman to Cena Superman.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bad position to be in, but unfortunately they turned him heel. the year after. And, I mean, CM Punk was actually making more merchandise sales than Cena for a while there, which no one's ever done.
Yep.
And ultimately, the heel turn, all the injuries, the fact that he was constantly losing to these part-timers, I think really burned him out. What's really annoyed me was in 2012 when CM Punk is doing this record title run where he holds it for 434
days. Yep.
He only main events 3 pay-per-views.
I know, and that's why he was pissed.
Like, you have Cena fighting Laurinaitis for a pay-per-view main event. I mean, I understand Cena Brock or Cena Rock. Yeah, sure, that can be the main event. But like Triple H Brock, John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. Like, oh, John Cena versus the Big Show. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, that's the big problem he had too, and that was one of his big issues. Is like he's like I only headlined 3 pay-per-views in 434 days. That's a year and a third. And he only highlighted 3 of them.
Oh, it would have been 4 because he does the Royal Rumble against The Rock. But
sorry,
he really wanted the WrestleMania main event, and it would have been easy to give it to him in 28 or 29.
Yep.
Something simple like he would face The Undertaker, which was a much better match that night anyway, and the one where all the heat was. I listened to his podcast recently just to prepare for this one, and it just sounded like there was just kind of injuries and internal resentment towards Punk the entire time.
Yeah.
My favorite story that he tells is when 2K Sports, or it might have been THQ at the time, wanted Punk on the cover of WWE 13.
Oh, yeah?
And somehow CM Punk got an email from WWE officials to 2K Sports or whatever, and it's like, no, you want Sheamus. I think we'd rather have Sheamus on the cover of this video game. I think you'd be much happier with Sheamus.
Oh, God.
And he's like, why? You're burying me. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Just as a session with Cena, I think, ultimately, number one, made Punk into just kind of a second fiddle and also burned him out creatively and physically to the point that he did walk out in 2014, and more power to him. He made some changes doing so.
Oh, yeah. He made a lot of changes backstage.
Yep.
The only other thing I was going to ask, because actually there's 2.
Sorry, there's a long rant there.
Yeah, it's right, though. Do you think that CM Punk would be the next Lesnar? Like, do you think he'll go, leave, and then come back? But I think he's too old.
I don't know how old he is. I think he will come back at some point. It sounded like he was really pissed off by the way that they handled things.
It's mostly that.
I don't know why they handle things that way. It's just stupid and petty and not something that a publicly traded company should do. Like, they sent him termination papers on his wedding day, which I thought was outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's one of those things. They'll get back together at some point. And he'll either do a couple more matches or a Hall of Fame, but I think this is the closest that we ever got to another boom period.
Yep. I agree.
It definitely felt like it at the time, that 1 month, the summer of Punk, as they'd call it, and they just threw cold water on it.
Yep. It was going to be great. They fucked it.
As they like to do.
Did the right people win their respective Money in the Bank matches? I think so. Daniel
I'm amazed
Bryan got his push from it, but then he lost it at WrestleMania.
I'm amazed they let him win. I thought Barrett would have won that one.
Yep.
Or Sheamus.
And then Del Rio, when did he cash in his Money in the Bank again?
SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I guess you could say that the right people won.
I actually went to a house show in September of that year, 2011.
Yeah.
You know what my matches were?
No.
I'm looking at the card right now. Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison.
Oh, God.
Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rakes versus Yoshitatsu and Primo. Ooh. Zack Ryder versus Drew McIntyre. Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston versus The Miz and R-Truth. That was not bad. God. Mason Ryan versus Jack Swagger. Kelly and Eve versus the Bellas.
Oh, Christ.
And our main event, John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio. No CM Punk, although I bought myself a CM Punk shirt there.
Yeah.
It was in Kingston.
Fucking Christ. Was it actually?
Yeah.
When was it? In 2011?
Yeah, they always come to Kingston.
I need to go to one when they come back.
Yeah, well, you'll get Cena. You won't
Woo!
get Cena, Brian. You want Cena.
Yeah. The fans want Cena.
Any other thoughts on this before we close?
I don't think so. Do you have any final thoughts?
I miss CM Punk.
Well, I mean, that should be a final thought that goes without saying.
I like what they're doing with Owens, and I think Owens can gradually transition into that kind of feud, into that position.
Yeah.
But they're such stubborn cocks that they don't want people to become bigger than the business. So once Cena's gone, which it sounds like Cena's taking a few months off soon, they're going to have...
Is he?
Yeah.
What is he in the Marine 4?
Yeah, he's probably just filming a movie.
The Marine 18.
But Cena's actually filming real movies these days, so one of these days he's going to...
He's pulling a Rock, he's pulling a Steve Austin.
Yeah, just wait till he leaves and they bury the fuck out of him too and sue him and send him like release papers, so...
Oh, Christ.
I don't know why they're so petty.
They should be happy that they're like creating these like multimedia platform superstars.
Yeah.
They should be. Why would you not be happy about that?
They always come back, and they always come back bigger than they were when they left. So
exactly,
it's weird.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. Okay, well that's the that was Money in the Bank 2011.
2011, I think. We're going out with CM Punk though, right?
Yeah, the this fire burns though.
Yeah. This
is actually the last pay-per-view where we use that.
Yes, it is.
Did you know who originally had This Fire Burns as their theme song?
Oh, you mean the one that he uses at this pay-per-view?
Yeah. Someone used this before CM Punk.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
Really?
Yeah, for a couple of weeks he used it. You can see it on YouTube.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why the fuck would they give Randy Orton a Kill Switch Engage song?
He asked for it apparently, and he came in a couple of weeks with it, and they're like, yeah, you're going to have to go back to your old song. And then they gave it to CM Punk, and he's like, fuck.
Well, CM Punk actually makes sense, though.
Yeah, it fit him quite nicely.
His character and everything the way he was, like it was literally... His Punk is in his name.
Yep. All
right, yeah. So I think we're going to go with that. We should plug our Twitter and shit, too, I guess.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Jesus. Catch us at Tweener Podcast on Twitter. We're working away on that. I'm doing some fun stuff there recently.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm glad. YouTube, Tweener Wrestling Podcast, obviously. We got tons of stuff there. You can check out our Era of Attitude content where we go through every, pay-per-view and Raw of the Attitude Era.
And double-digit subscribers.
Yeah, we're getting
there.
We made it.
Yeah,
we made it. Yeah, we're up to episode 7 there. So, you can check out the Montreal Screwjob and all kinds of other fun stuff. And we'll be doing these pay-per-view things from time to time whenever we get bored and want to try something new.
Yep.
Send us some suggestions on social media or via email at tweenerwrestlingpodcast@gmail.com as well. And Facebook as well.
Facebook as well. We're on
Facebook. Yeah.
Yep, we're on Facebook, which also is really good for having links to all our other social media hubs.
Exactly.
Because Facebook. Other than that...
what's our next pay-per-view, Garrett?
I don't know.
All right, we'll figure that out soon.
We'll figure it out, and we'll be back with that, and we'll be back with more Era of Attitude. So, until next time, we'll see you all later.